from Pliers Studio in Santa Clarita. This is Zoe Scott for Rock and Roll TV. Today I am in the fabulous recording studio of Jim Scott, one of the greatest mixers and engineers in the world, who is a dear friend of mine. Though we have the same surname, we're not actually related. He engineered and mixed the Chili Peppers, the Dixie Chicks, Tom Petty. He produced Wilco this year. To hear him in the other room mixing my songs is like a dream come true. So this is a great day, people. Let's have a look around his studio.
I'm gonna show you what it's like to have a woman try to be a sugar baby. I'm gonna show you how it feels to be the one who kneels before a leading lady.
This is kind of like my version of Disneyland, coming to Jim's studio. Gotta be one of the coolest vocal booths. Well, Jim does it with style and class.
You didn't have a clue, you don't know what you get yourself into.
Today we're mixing the song Woman on Top. Am I a woman on top?
Absolutely.
You know, women have been underneath, and you know, maybe it's our turn to be on top before we will, you know, nicely sit side by side with our men. What do you find most inspiring about making music? You've made so much great music.
Honestly, I think it's just how it makes me feel. You know, ever since I was a kid, music was really important to me. It was really important enough that I learned how to play some instruments and get in some bands. And it was never work. It was always total fun and total play.
You've worked with a lot of female artists. I feel like you're an amazingly female-friendly producer.
We're very lucky to have worked with Natalie Merchant and Dido and the Courtyard Hounds and the Dixie Chicks.
So everybody comes to you for that big rock Jim Scott sound. You have a magic, the way you engineer, you know, instruments.
Well, I love to record rock because that's the music that I grew up loving. The Beatles were a great rock band, the Who was a great rock band, the Rolling Stones, a great rock band. You know, if I can bring a few tricks to the table of, you know, how to get a snare sound that people like or a bass sound that people like, that's a lot of sessions. That's just experience.
Wow.
And knowing mostly what doesn't work. You know, I just want it to be loud and clear and pure.
Do you sort of like think, you know, sonically engineer it in your mind almost before you go in to record?
Depending on how much time everyone has and whether people are you know, local or have to fly in, but I always listen to the songs, of course, and help in any way I can pick the songs that are going to be on the album. But ultimately, the whole record sounds like what the person is singing. That's, you can just tell by how they're singing it what that record is supposed to sound like.
Where do you hope music will go in the future?
I hope it goes right here to my studio.
I'm gonna show you